Beer Man.
Hey, how's it going, everyone? How you guys doing tonight? Today, wherever you're from in this beautiful world. All right, so I just want to say Merry Christmas to everyone. Yeah, it's coming real soon. We got Bumpy Road Brewery here. I want to welcome him. Thank you very much, Bumpy. And of course, Beer Man here, and anyone else that pops in, you got the link. So, all right, so we're gonna do two more rounds of this. We got porters today and porters next week, and then we'll change it up. This was a long week or month, so um, yeah, so we're gonna review porters. Let's do it. Let's do it. Cheers to the chat as well. Joey's in there. Jules is there. Cheers, guys. All right.
Wee!
Woo! Little hair of the dog action this morning. Yeah, had a rough one last night. Let me tell you. How you doing, Jules? How you doing, Joey?
All right. I was just sharing you out a little bit.
Nice, dude. Right on.
To all the people that should already know that you're going live.
All right, let's get you up here. All right.
All right. Hey, Telly. So, the beer that I'm bringing in tonight comes from Collective Arts. They're out of Demanding Telly would like to go out along with Kobe. All right. Well, they're out of, I think, Ontario, Canada. I don't want to get that wrong for any of the Canadians. I think that there's a little bit of dislike between different areas. Yeah, I was right, though. They're out of Hamilton, Ontario, and they are also imported by Collective Arts into Stowe, Vermont. This one I have is a bourbon barrel aged imperial porter. Comes in at 11.5% ABV.
Nice.
And ours pretty simplistic. It's fancy. Different things you might find out in the woods, ferns and berries and chipmunk. No, just kidding. No chipmunk. Let's give it a pour, though. It's the right size for a glass. It is a 12-ounce can, so can't go wrong there. It should all fit into the glass quite nicely.
Nice. That's good.
It's got a kind of tan to khaki-esque colored head, small bubble formation, a little bit frothy on top. I'm not sure how long that head's going to last. It may start to just make a little ring around the rosy. Color of the beer itself, it's dark. It's very dark. Very small fingernail width in the reservoir of some type of toffee coloration. So very, very rich brown imperial porter. Woo! Yes. I don't know what type of bourbon barrels that they age this in, but the bourbon in the barrel, it all shines right off the first whiff. So very good. I don't know if you want me to keep going or if you want to.
Oh no, sorry. Okay. Nice. That looks great. Yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll split it up since it's just you and I. Cool. Thanks, Bumpy. All right, so I've got one from Everybody's Brewing. They're out of Everybody's Brewing Company. That's a funny name. I've seen these guys around. They're from White Salmon, Washington, wherever the hell that is. It's 11% Imperial Maple Porter, barrel-aged maple porter. That's the very simplistic label. Nothing to it. Dated on, I don't know, Doesn't have a date or anything like that. So it's more of a chocolatey color. I have hope yet in this one. Just hoping that you're not going to be too sweet. Okay, so a nice.
Don't worry about
it. What's that?
I said I'm not too sweet. Don't worry about it.
Okay, so we got half a finger head or so. Nice, like a dark brown color for sure. Chocolatey. It's not so black as it looks. It is definitely an opaque beer though. Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah, that's definitely. I don't even get the maple. It's just like barrel whiskey. Crazy. All right. Yeah. So let's get the reviews on. Let's do it.
All right. Ready for this one? This is we got to get through the bourbon notes first. That bourbon barrel age. It has that the bourbon burn on the nostrils. You're getting a lot of the notes that you get out of bourbon. There's a little bit of vanilla in there. But definitely an oakiness. It's really just it smells a lot like a bourbon without the beer, but there's some chocolatey richness in there. Plum out of the darker fruits, definite plum coming out of this one. It's not like a dried dark fruit. It's like a nice moist plum. But yeah, pretty rich chocolate notes as well. That vanilla adds in it makes it a kind of a bit on the mild end, darker chocolate, so not too bitter of a chocolate nose. Yeah, this smells fantastic. The aromas out of this are way up there with like a KBS stout, imperial stout, if not more pinpoint with the different notes that come through. A little bit of that roasty toastiness out of the malt. Not a lot of coffee type aroma, which I like. It's kind of there, but not super present. It's kind of a back note, like maybe a little bit of a fruity coffee bean. Okay, I'm going to dive into this one. Cheers.
Nice. Cheers. Cheers.
Kind of a medium to fuller body. Very creamy mouthfeel in this. Super creamy. Carbonation levels on the lower medium spectrum. So it's not super flat like a nitro beer might feel. It's got a little bit of bubble, but it's low enough where that really creamy mouthfeel really shines through. Pretty rich chocolate, vanilla notes, oak.
Yeah, dude.
The plum note dances around right off the top, kind of lingers on through the mid palate. Then you kind of get, after the mid palate, you start to get more of those roasty, toasty notes coming out of the malt. That the oak follows through. The vanilla is still following through on the bittering finish this one has. It's on the milder side. I wouldn't even call this one really. It might be touching moderate, but it's not too bitter. It goes very well with all the flavors that are in it. Bitterness, I would say, kind of seems a little bit on the earthy tone to wood-like tone bitterness. It just all fits together. I mean, if you're getting woody bitterness and stuff, and you're getting that oak and stuff right up front as well with all the bourbon notes, yeah, this is. I don't even know what I paid for this one, but I don't think it was in the price range of what you would pay for like KBS or even Bourbon County. I mean, Bourbon County is going to be way more expensive than this one, and this drink's quite nice. And for a porter, this drink's more like a stout. That's why I keep mentioning stouts, because this is more full bodied, more robust flavors, um, creamy mouthfeel. Yeah, each
Nice.
brewer will call their brew what they want to, and I guess it's a porter, but it drinks like an imperial stout. 11.5% ABV is not detectable in this beer. There is a slight warming, just a slight warming in the chest, but it doesn't come off as boozy at all.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good. I don't like the too busy thing.
Yeah.
I can't do that.
I'll be giving this one a score, and I didn't say anything negative about it. So if I turn around and say it's a 50 out of 100, then you know I'm a BSer.
Yeah. All right. Well, cool, man. Good review. All right, thanks, Bumpy. Nice. Yeah, they're kind of like IPAs and pales. Like they kind of, I mean, do you agree on that, or like stouts and porters kind of have their fine line?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most of the time, the pale ales though do land in the lower ABV range. But you definitely have some pale ales that are quite hoppy for the style.
Right. Yeah. Cool. All right, so let's get into this. This was aged actually a year in whiskey barrels, it says, but I'm not going to get into the descriptions because I'm going to be doing that. So on the smell, right away, there's like a molasses and a figgy thing going on. Molasses, fig, and vanilla. Chocolatey. There's a lot of chocolate in there. It's all pretty balanced smelling. It's just you get that big whiff of vanilla whiskey. You get like a bourbon whiskey kind of smell. It's sweet. It's got a sweetness to it. It's got the roasted chocolates and your common things that you're going to get in a porter. It's just that it's a nice. It's got kind of like a bready. There's like a brown bread kind of thing coming out, but it's not. It's sweet. Like the whiskey takes over a lot of the aromas. There's a big bourbon like whiff. All right, so let's get into this drinks.
Cheers. Cheers to drinks.
Cheers to drinks. All right. This one's a lot better, man. This is kind of like it's smooth, man. This is a nice smooth mouthfeel altogether. The body's probably like a full medium body. It's a lot easier to drink. It's more drinkable than that cloying ass shit. It's just it's got a pleasant like whiskey note. It's got vanilla. It's got chocolates. It's got the roasted malts. It's got all this stuff that's blended into one little thing. It's so nice. It's very smooth all the way down. Super drinkable. Carbonation level is medium low. Actually, more on the low side. There's a big fruit in there. There's like a fig and a plum or something. There's a definite dark fruit presence. And that the vanilla, the maple, there's a maple, but it's like it's like right there, but it's not really gripping it. Where I've had others that are just like, like a lot of maple. This is very well-rounded. I like how it's going. There's a little bit of heat, but it's more down here. It's not up. It's not all like boozy. It's strong. It's got like a kick to it, which can be annoying. Actually, it's a sipper, for sure. You don't want to like slam this, but there is a nice presence that maple with the whiskey and the vanilla and the woody kind of casky feel is very nice with that maple and the brown sugar. There's like a brown sugary mapley kind of thing. I don't know. It's weird. Molassesy, not super molassesy though. Just very light on that one. Good though. Good drinker. I'm like very impressed with this. It's not like the greatest, but it's definitely drinkable. So that's all that really matters in my opinion. So for the style, that is. All right. So let's get back to Bumpy on his thoughts.
All right. Well, I'm going to bring up because we had a question from Shark. He says, you want to know where we get our beers from. You said local bottle shop. I'll actually share the website to where I go. This is one of the only craft beer stores I go to. If I can't find something that I'm actually looking for there, then I will stop other places. But this place is just treats me very well. It has a great selection of beers, and I get discounts too for buying local, and also having a having the little. It's like a little card thing, but it's an actual 6-pack carrier. So you bring that in, you get an extra 5% off your purchase. So it's real nice, and you get like an additional 10% off buying local beers. So I walk out of there with a decent amount of a discount each time. So I'll just share if you don't mind.
Oh no, I mind. Don't do it. I got you.
All right. So it's the Packy, and about them, the passion. Owner John Pinches has a distinct love for craft beer and for sharing it with friends. Nothing is better than discovering a great new beer and helping someone else do the same. That's why he wants to bring all your favorites and some you've never heard of together under one roof. Like I said, great selection. They're adding more refrigeration as well. They do have quite a few coolers, but they're trying to get more in there to keep the beers colder and just available for more cooling of the beers instead of so much shelf space for beers that may need to be kept colder. So it's kind of a fight for the spaces and the coolers, but they definitely know which ones are more apt to sell, and they keep those ones to kind of get that refrigeration space. So they do a great job. Try to find where they're located. It's located in Manchester, New Hampshire. You can go to thepacky.com, and that's the location right there. 581 2nd Street in Manchester, New Hampshire. It's right by Applebee's. John Womack should be there.
I've been there in a while.
So yeah, they're open Tuesday through Sunday, but Tuesday through Saturday 11 to 8. Sundays are 11 to 5. Closed Mondays and major holidays, so they will not be open on Christmas. The born on date, they have that July 1st, 2017. So I think that's funny. Yeah, John's a great guy. He's always there whenever I go in. So good owner, and it's awesome. I actually started going there because of my wife, because she picked me up stuff from the Packy one time from my birthday or something like that, and told me about the place and where it was. They changed the location since then, but yeah, I started going there, and it quickly became my go-to. You find somebody that's just a genuinely nice person, knows their beers, keeps fresh stuff rolling in all the time. So that's where I go. If you're in New Hampshire, if you're around Manchester, I recommend you visit the Packy if you're really into craft beers. The score on this beer that I have, which I did get from the Packy, is Collective Arts. Like I said, I don't know what the price was I paid on it, because I don't typically look at the prices and add stuff up. I just gather up a bunch of beers and get surprised at the end. I'm guessing that it wasn't as expensive for this. Like I said, probably than like KBS. It might be in the KBS range, but definitely cheaper than the Goose Island, Bourbon County, and it's a porter and it's barrel aged, but everything comes through lovely on this thing. And basing it off being a porter, it's one of the better porters that I've had, especially being barrel aged. It's up there, but I'm going to leave some room. I'm going to give this one a 99 out of 100.
Wow.
Highly recommend this one from Collective Arts. And it's just simply called Bourbon Barrel Aged Imperial Porter. It doesn't have some fancy name like In the Depths of the Darkness of the Sea when the octopus is chasing you and it's going to take you into the cave. Yeah, it doesn't have some, fancy long name or anything like that. What it is. Delicious beer.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh, are we doing shout out type stuff now? We're doing that later.
Oh yeah, we'll just do it after. Screw it. Yeah, let's do it after. Cool, man. 99.
Enjoy drinking on this. I have a couple more left, I think.
God, that's good. At least you have a good one there. You spend your money on a 4-pack and expecting him to be good, so that's a good thing. All right, so this mine I get mine over at, I've got 2 locations. There's like several locations actually that I can go to as far as a bottle shop. I've got one in Astoria, Oregon, which is like, or Astoria, we'll just say Astoria or the city. Astoria, I'm in Oregon, by the way. Astoria, though, has one, Bridge and Tunnel, and then they have Justin Shop up the road, Bikeable. It takes like a second to get there, 30 seconds. And he's always got stuff. He's got little mixer sixers, where you can grab singles and throw them into your those little plastic things and go out with it. And he's really building a nice. He's also got a lot of specialty beers and stuff he likes to watch. Justin Kobe comes here all the time. If you haven't seen him already, he'll come in and check out stuff and just see what we're reviewing and see if he can get it. And he'll get back with me on a text. And just people are really good around here, especially Justin. So I appreciate that so much. But so with this beer, it's definitely got everything that I would look for in what I was thinking. They were saying chocolate chip cookies, but I don't really get that so much. Brown sugar, though. Brown sugar was a big one. Maple syrup. It was just a real good, smooth, full body beer, I'd say. And, the color looked good. The head looked good. Everything was good visual wise. Aromatic wise, it was really good. And I'm not going to go too high on this just because it did kind of grip me in the back with the little kind of slight booziness, but not enough to. I think it's just me. I think it's just that I don't like whiskey, so it's kind of like I don't not like whiskey. It's hard to take down sometimes. You're like, yeah. It chokes your throat a bit sometimes. It chokes mine. Like it's that boozy thing. But this is very smooth though, very well rounded, and I'll give it that. So I'll give this a 90. I'll give it a 93 out of 100. It's definitely an A quality beer. It's just not up at that super high like what Bumpy did, 99. It's not. I don't consider it that, in my opinion. So not a bad beer though. Not a bad beer. So. Porter Wagner was a good singer. Cheers, Ron. All right, son. Let's go ahead and open us up to the big here. Hell yeah.
I highly recommend this. It's frozen pizza, but it's from Motor City. It's a deep dish Chicago style pizza. Delicious. Pick it up and try it. And for a frozen pizza, it's damn good. Much better than DiGiorno. Much better.
Sorry, I was muted. I like DiGiorno too. That's
yeah.
Good that it's not like
yeah, the way they did it, it does exactly what it says on the box where it cooks. And it talks about the signature of how they came up with the deep dish pizza and all that stuff. And with the kind of the cheese going down the side and caramelizing and crisping up and being crunchy. And it actually bakes that way. It actually bakes the way that they talk about the traditional Chicago style deep dish. So fantastic. Motor City find it in your frozen pizza section at probably any grocers, I would guess. But yeah, I'll be buying that pizza more often for myself.
Awesome.
My stepson tried to steal my last piece. I said no.
Damn it.
Yeah, other shout outs besides the Motor City Pizza. I'd say my 50-point inspection videos, I put them out Wednesdays, Fridays. Those are my videos that I put up. Basically a beer tasting, and then I just put a score to it based off 0 to 50. Just break it down under different categories. It's something I found out of a home brew book. More used towards scoring home brews than scoring professionally made beers, but I've tweaked it over time, figured it out a little bit, and it helps me with giving a more accurate score with the amount of beers that I do drink, because I'm actually looking at each different factor of it, and maybe I really love the beer, but maybe that beer should have a little bit more malt presence, and I might have to ding it on the malt. You know, if it's not really showing up in the flavors, and it should be there. I mean, if it's appropriate not to showcase it, then it is what it is. But it definitely helps me with giving it a more accurate score, I think. Less personalized, because the personalized score kind of comes near the end, where it's like my overall. I really love this beer, but could have used more malt. Other than that, I have my live feed. My one and only live show is on Mondays, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on my channel, Bumpy Road Brewery. It is called New Brew. Panel members just bring a beer that you've never had before, a new brew to you. It's different than just a go around, hey, tell me about your beer, break it down, kind of like what we're doing tonight. It's more of off-air shenanigans, craziness, meets some sort of structure. So I will give out a question or a couple of questions depending on time, depending on the question. Because this past Monday's one question ran a very long time. So try to keep it within a 2-hour time limit if I can. It does tend to be a longer show sometimes, but yeah, if you're interested and you want to join on the panel, just like I said, grab a beer that you've never ever tried before. And that's the only real stipulations, besides no nudity and stuff like that, because all the stuff that gets you banned from YouTube is not appropriate to bring up on somebody's channel. So then we got I can do another shout out for Alex's Christmas food extravaganza, we'll call it, I guess. Try to find it's going to be at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Thursday. So tomorrow, try to find those Little Debbie Christmas cakes if you can. I could not find any today. I went to the store, but I got the exact same thing, but it's not in the shape of.
I gotta find one, dude. I want to be there.
I got the birthday cake one because that's all they had. The shelves were bare.
Oh,
you find where people where people are spending their money, because you hear about like the shelves are bare, you can't find food. Oh, you can find all like the good food. You go to the snack aisle, almost empty. That's where people are stocking up on freaking Little Debbie cakes. I don't get it. That's not nutritional. It's not gonna help you survive. It's just gonna make you a fat ass. So people stop doing that. Spend your money on good, healthy foods. Go to the organic stuff too.
Celery.
But anyway, that'll be tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Also bring eggnog of your choice, spiked or not.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But hope to see some folks there. And then right after that's Miscellaneous's Power Hour. He's going to have Miscellaneous brew reviews Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hope to see you all there too. Cheers.
on, man.
Sometime.
Cheers, dude. Thank you. So you guys brew your own. Hardens James is asking you guys brew your own beer. I've never asked. I don't know if you want to answer that. There you go.
I've got my brewing set up. It's been a year since I last brewed though. So the pandemic type stuff happening, we started to get food and store it in the freezers, and my fermentation chamber actually became a working fridge and freezer for the longest time. So try to clear it out as much as possible, but it's one of those things where I kind of just fell into that trap of it's too much work, and I'm just haven't kicked myself in the butt to get back into it again.
Nice. Yeah, hey man, once I start getting going
all
here,
brewing equipment I have brewed since 2011. So it's been
we're gonna be brewing together soon.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've got mine. I'm working on it. It's been a while since I've brewed, but I do brew. I just have to get back in the game. I am working on a brewery right now, so we're trying to build an electric brewery out in the side of the house here. But yeah, so shouts for me, man. Wednesday or Tuesday next week is just going to be an open table one. I couldn't really think of a style to go find at the top of my head, so just bring whatever you'd like at 8 o'clock Eastern for that, 5 o'clock Pacific, and be an hour and a half show there, and we'll test some cheese and pair some cheese and beer and see if it works out. And then Wednesday will be our last porter, and then we'll announce the January month of style. I like your style. So me and Bumpy have been talking about it. I think we got an idea. So look out for that. And that'll be at 3 o'clock, same time today, of course, 3 o'clock or 6 o'clock Eastern, 3 o'clock Pacific. And I've got a special thing I'm going to be doing tomorrow, the Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. I'm going to be doing a box. Actually, I'll just show that again. I think it's in my branding thing here.
I hope you don't crush it.
I hope not. I don't even know where it's at, dude. Anyway, but it's oh, come on. I gotta find this. If I don't crush it. Well, here it is. Okay, so it's a Firestone 25 anniversary ale thing pack, and it's got the parabola, how you would say that, the 25 anniversary ale, and their I can't even read it. Let me go big screen. Sticker Monkey, which is a Central Coast quad ale. Something rather. Yeah, so look out for that. I gotta find where this picture is. Let's get it off here. But yeah, I'll be doing one a day, and it'll be the 3 beers of Christmas, or 3 beers till Christmas is what I'm calling it.
Signature, because everybody else does 12, or they do the whole.
Yeah, man, change.
Yeah.
It's like the 6-minute app, you know, or the. Why don't we call it the 6-minute app and not the 7-minute app, or whatever that was? Anyway, but
be looking forward to the 25 days during Christmas. It's 25 beers during Christmas. I mean,
during Christmas, on Christmas Day, 25
on
beers.
Christmas Day, 25 beers in.
Let's get fucked. Yeah. But yeah, that's it. I mean, look out for other videos as well. On my end, I've been trying to schedule stuff out lately, trying to do stuff because, well, sometimes I run out of beer and I have to do my review beers. So I just do a lot of stuff and schedule them out and change my clothes so it looks like it's a different day. But that's the magic of YouTube. Okay, so
well, we got East Coast LQ reviews asking that question: is brewing your own stuff worth it as far as price wise? That all depends on how much you get into it. Because if you're not considering price wise being all the equipment that you have to purchase, yeah, I'm probably a good 100 years out on purchasing beers for what I'm going to save brewing my own, just based off of, and then you got Beerman building his own brewery, for Christ's sakes. That's
I got tired of brewing outdoors. Yeah, no,
so
it's hard.
No, I think I don't think it really saves you much money unless you are um, going bare bones, just using your kitchen utensils that you already have, and also not brewing like super hoppy beers. You get stuff where you're getting up there in ABV and using a lot of hops. Their hops are pretty pricey. Yeast is pretty pricey. So yeah, if you're gonna brew yourself an American lager, you might save a few pennies here and there, but I think for the most part at this time, you're not really saving all that much when you consider everything that's put into it.
Right.
But it's always fun to just make your own, make your own recipe or try to clone something that you can't yet. If there's a recipe out there, or if you know enough to try to do it based off what you find out about a certain beer. So there's that nuance of it.
So much fun, dude. Yeah. It's a fun ass hobby, like something I haven't been able to kick for 15 years. Like I can't. It's like the one thing that it's like going to Disneyland as a kid. You look forward to those brew days, Sometimes you drink a little more sometimes when you're doing it and you shouldn't. If you have friends over while you're brewing or whatever. But yeah. Stay sober and brew though. Don't fuck your fucking beer up. Yeah. Cool, man.
Well, like just for example, what I have behind me, there's about $1,600 worth of stuff here. With the freezer itself. I built the whole neck and everything, put that all together, insulated it. But I have 4 kegs in there. All the tap. Each one of these is $50. So that's $200 worth of just taps.
Right.
I mean, so it gets pricey, like I said. You start to really get into it.
It does. Believe me, it does. Especially if you fuck up something in your wiring or have to call a plumber to come out. Anyway, cool. I like like I was saying, the simplest systems, they make some of the best beers. I mean, you don't need anything overpowering. You don't need this hardcore thing, like I'm building. It's not needed. It's just it's all in your liking and what you want, your preference. How comfortable do you want to be in the outdoor or indoor environment? Outdoor environment, excuse me. Yeah, it's just it really is. It's all preference. You can get by just fine with a little hand capper, a little filler tube. And
it's all in what you want to put into it. You can do it on the cheap, but you'll find that when you get certain tools and stuff like that, it makes your life easier. And then it's like versus what it's going to cost you. I'd much rather pay extra and get something that's going to make my life easier over and over again versus doing it the humpback way of lugging all my stuff around.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I hate that, dude. I don't like working too hard. I don't think any of us do. But good chat today. Thanks for being here, guys, in the chat. You guys always support us. I appreciate it so much. Please subscribe if you haven't already to Bumpy Road Brewery here, as well as myself. Hit that like button on your way out. And thank you, Bumpy. Appreciate you being here as always. You're a great supporter and a good friend. So
I'm like a jockstrap.
Yeah. Okay. God damn.
Thanks for having me on, Beer Man.
Yeah, dude. No problem.
Thanks for wearing me. I'm always here to protect your junk.
All right, everyone. Cheers. Oh, okay. So let's support the chalk. All right, we're out of here. Cheers, everyone.